Okay, so for the second one, I decided to use this beautiful nebula looking page. And I am going to use this. I think this is going to look really nice around the edge again. So I'm trying to figure out what color paper I want to use on this. I could use black, perhaps. That's the other good thing about these die cuts. You could, here, let me, do I have, this is enough. Let me cut one of these out fast. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing because the paper sticks in these guys. So you just, all right. I love these things. These are just amazing. All right, so let's see. What do you think? Black? What I want to do, oops, sorry about that. What I want to do on this is I want to like do every other one white. So I think that might look good. Yeah, I think, let's see, this is just as dark this side. Yeah. I think I'm going to go with that. So rather than keep you through this boring process of cutting all these out, let me do that and then I'll come back again. Okay, so I cut our pieces out with this die and we got a bunch of them here. And so what I'm going to do is the same way I started on the other one. Now there is a very large, very obvious front and back. You're going to see the back is maybe a little concaved, and the front is the nice clean finish. So you're going to be able to tell. I don't know if you could tell on the camera. That's the back and this is the front. So again, we're going to do the same process. We're going to go around and we're going to have to fit these pieces together like we did before. And that takes a while. So I'm going to do that and then I'll come back and then we'll do the next part. Okay, so we have this all stuck down now. And so this is what it looks like again. And what I want to do is I'm going to take this Jelly Roll white pen and I am going to do every other one white. So let's see. I want to make sure. So white, black, white, black, white. Let's see. I don't want two whites together. So I think I'm just going to start here. We'll see what happens. These things aren't going to be perfect. Oops, let me put that up so you could see. So we're going to skip this one. And we're going to do the same thing here. If I could see it. And then we're going to do the same one here. So it's on all the bottom ones. Well, now we're going to switch to the top. So, and then that, and then we're going to switch to the top. And then, and then we're going to go back to the bottom. So it's going to vary. Because remember, we cut these apart. Okay. And I'm probably going to have to go back over these again. Okay, so now we're going back to the top. Okay, and then we're going to go back this way. and then this is the top again. It's because every time we cut these, it put the orientation different, which is fine. I like it better when it's not going in all one direction. So here, let's fold that one over. You're probably going to need to put another coat of this on. And it just makes it pop a little bit when you have the white on there. Oh, good. That ended just the way I wanted it to. So I'm very happy with the way that that looks too. I am going to go back over these. I'm going to let this dry a little bit because the glue's still a little bit wet. And then, so we did this one today. We did 2 of them. And I like how both of them came. So we have the circles here. And I have to go back over these again. And then we have the white here. And it just adds a nice element, has a nice border. So I am going to do these other ones in another video, or actually I'm going to stop this video and I will see. I don't want it to be too long. And then I still have one of these to do. I have a blank one. So we're getting there. And then I'm going to take my stencil. Let's try it here. Just going to do some spray. Oh, that looks good. Okay. And then we're going to get it on this side. Just going to spray a little bit and remove this. So that added now a different element to this page we got going on here. And let's see, my kitten is right at my feet. He actually jumped on the chair in back of me and jumped on my back with his claws. So yeah, kittens, you gotta love them. Okay. That really did not tickle, but thank God he's so little that it wasn't too bad. But, I mean, I just have him a week today, and so he's got some learning to do. So, let me just dry this. I don't want you to have to endure my heat gun. Okay, so that is this one, and I really, really like how that looks. And so, I'm just going to put this on the side. It's still somewhat damp, and then we're going to start with the next one. Okay, so I want to work on this one. This is the one that we covered with paper. And so I want to do something with that. So I am going to do a couple of different things. I have white, and I hardly ever use this, white Delusions ink spray. And then I have this Lindsay's, this is Sweet Violet Purple Teal. So I think that's an interesting combination. So what I want to do is I'm going to open these 2 here. I just want to wet this a little bit. And then I have this random stencil. I really don't know where I got it. Probably Amazon, but I'm not really sure. So I'm going to just spritz it a little bit with the white first. And then let's perhaps put this here. We'll try a little bit of the white, and then we're going to come in with a little bit of this purple. Oh, and that looks good. And then I'm going to just put this, scoot this down on this side and just do a little bit more on that side. And let's take a look and see what that looks like. So that looks good. And what we can do is just turn this upside down and put it right here in the center. Just press it a little bit. And now we have that. So I think that looks interesting. And so I'm going to dry this and then we'll be back. Okay, here was another one that we had completed. And I think I want to put a little bit of this, being I have this stamp already pretty juicy and ready to go. I'm just going to spritz it a little bit, and I am going to just randomly put this on here and just pounce a little bit. You could add just some like awesome stuff to these backgrounds with doing this process. And we could spray some more on there. And I mean, it changes the look. Put a little bit of white on that side and perhaps a little bit there. And let's just pounce a little bit more here. And then a little bit more here. All right. I like how that looks. That looks good. So let me dry that one. Okay, so this is the one that we just did, and I really like how that came out as well. So again, I'm going to put in this is the back side of that one. We put modeling paste on this. So I'm going to put this to dry, and then we'll see what we're going to do next. Okay, guys, don't mind my my hands. They're all dyed up. And I just wanted to show you what we have so far. So we have this one. Now, this is the one that we used paper. So this was Art by Marlene collage paper. And it's still a little bit wet, so I'm not going to put anything on top of it. And then we have our pretty red background here, which I think I might just leave it. I mean, I've been playing with the with those die cuts that are the border die cuts. They are pretty awesome little things. I mean, I kind of cut one out of every shape so you could see. Here, let's take this one. It's a little lighter. But you could just do so many things with these. You know, you would have to cut out multiple to do around. I did do, let me grab the ones that I did. I did do 2 of them so far. I don't know how many I want to do, but these add a really nice, you know, element to your page. I really like how they came, and then I have this one with the black and the white. So these are really easy to do. They're fun. Like I said, you just, let's see. And I may add this to another page. This one is just like, there's just like little indents in there. So you could even add one of these. Here, this one's a nice one. You could just add like one to one corner and then do another one in this corner. And then perhaps in the smaller corners, you could just like do something like that. You don't have to connect them. You don't have to fill the whole, you know, the whole page up like I did on this one. There are so many pretty ones in this set. So there's another one that would look really pretty. And then this one I really like. So it just adds more, you know, a little flair of elegance maybe to these pages. I just really like them. And then this one's really pretty too. They're all really nice. I love them all. So we'll see. I may add this to one of my other pages. And I could put a link to that set in the description. I got those on Amazon. They didn't have many left when I checked last because I did order another set just to make it easier on myself when I was, you know, when I'm working with them. So let's get back to these. Now, this is the one that we just did. We used a stamp on this, and I believe it was a joggle stamp. She had some really good, really nice stamps that they make. Joggles makes them for themselves. And I believe she also has designers that also collaborate and make some stamps as well. And then, so here's the opposite side. So then this one is nice. I like that. Let me put this wet one over here. And now this is the other one that we used, Art by Marlene collage background. And I don't know if you could see, I used some Lindsay's on this. And it's a nice teal. Now, the paper did come up on this one, but that's okay. I'm just going to glue it back down, so no worries. And then the back side is this beautiful nebula, yeah, looking background. Nebula. Gosh, couldn't think of it. Okay, so yeah, so that's beautiful. And now this one we just did, and I love how this one came. We also used the stamp on this one. And actually, I used the stamp first on this. And then there was some residual paint left. So I just wet the paper. I put the yellow, wet the paper, and then just stamped it on there and then used some more water. And then I think Tattered Rose I used, you know, Tim Holtz spray. And then I still have to do this back. So I'm going to get that one done. And then this one was another one that we sprayed. It was already done, but I wanted to embellish it more. So I used a different stamp and I went over it with some other sprays. And I think I used the Lindsay's again because I could see that teal color there. And I just think it looks interesting and I love it. And then this is on the other side. That was one of the first ones we did with the paste on it, the modeling paste. And then this was another one that we did with the modeling paste with some other color sprays. And then here is our other one. And I probably will use one of these on this because I like the contrast between the black and the yellow. So we're almost there. We just got a little more to go. And then we could put all these beautiful, luscious pages back in our book. And then we could start to embellish. And then with, I think I'm going to go maybe with the art by Marlene. We'll see. But I think that's what we're going to do with these pages. I mean, we could do anything on these pages. We could use some of these stickers and just randomly, you know, we don't have to have like a story that it's telling a story, but we could put different stickers on these things. And I have a whole tray here. So, I mean, yeah, we could do all kinds of things. So we'll see what we're going to do with these pages. And, yeah, it's endless possibilities what you can do. So let me just finish this up and then I will put everything back in the book. I may flatten these pages out a bit. They're a little bit wonky, but not much. But I have a little mini iron, and what I'm probably going to do when they dry completely, I will get my little iron out. And this was a little cute iron that I got on, who else? Amazon, right? And so it doesn't get extremely hot, but I think it'll get, and I have another one that's a little more industrial that my husband was using, but because he melts all kinds of weird stuff. Anyway, so I'm going to start with this, and we'll see how this works. I'm going to put a piece of fabric or something on top so we're not right on the paper itself. And we'll flatten these out a bit. So yeah, so stay tuned for the next part on this video. So on this video, I'm just showing you how to iron if you have like wonky papers. So this ran longer than I thought it was going to run, so I'm just editing it. But it's really simple. Just get a small iron or your home iron, put it on a low setting, put a piece of towel or material in between, and just flatten your pages out. It works really good, and so yeah, so that's all I wanted to show you in this section. Okay, so getting back to our little journal where I'm trying to finish this, but I keep coming up with different ideas, so it's going to take a little longer. So today what we're going to do is I'm going to take out my little stash of Memento inks, and then I have my stamp stash, and these aren't all of them. I do have more, but these are the ones that I really love. So what I want to do is, this is going to be pretty subtle. It's not going to be like screaming in your face on this. So let's just put a little bit more ink on this. And now I'm going to kind of use a light hand on this. Ooh, look at that. I love it. it just adds another little bit to your background. And it's all about layering, you know, layering the background. And it really just makes it pop. I love it. Okay, let's get a piece up here. Okay, and then we're going to do one more on that side. And then I was thinking of doing something else to these pages. I know. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. Look how nice that looks now. And you just have another little level. So I'm not going to mess with that too much because remember, this is what we're going to be working on. That's one side of our page. And then that's going to be the other side. So I'm going to put that off to the side right now to dry. Okay, so I got my trusty alcohol. I love these little bottles. They're plastic, but they're a nice hard plastic. And I love how they spray. And I got a set of them. I think I got these on Amazon, but I got them a while ago. So at any rate, I'm going to clean my stamp now. So I'm just going to spray some of this alcohol here. And so now we have our next sheet, which I'm just going in the order that the paper's in. Okay, so we're going to do this one. And let's see. I have a green, and I kind of want to keep it tone on tone. Okay, so I picked some green stamps out, stamp pads out, and I think I want to try these little dots. I like this stamp. This was art by Marlene, I believe, and so I'm just going to, again with the light hand. Yeah, that's good. We're just gonna put little dots in several places. Probably on the light spots would be better than on the darker. And just a little bit. Okay. And then that just adds another level, or another layer, I should say, to your page. Okay, so I don't think I've ever used this gold one. And I like how it looks. You can't really see it, but you can when you kind of, this is very iridescent, this page. So I think I'm kind of liking how this adds to it. So like I said, I'm not going to put a ton of this on here. But remember now, you're going to be working on half of this sheet. So let's just put one there, and we're going to call it a day for this. So that's going to be your sheet, and that's going to be your other half. So there's like 3 images on each one of these. Okay, so sometimes when accidents happen, you have to just go with it. So I dropped the ink pad on here, and it made that mark. So now what I'm doing is, just to be a little consistent, I'm just taking the tip of the ink, and I'm just making some marks. So now it's not a mistake anymore. So sometimes you have to improvise. Okay, so what I was trying to do is use this stamp here. And again, we're going to go lightly. Okay, so then we have our little marks here and some other little, this is like lace maybe, I'm not really sure, but okay. So then this one we're going to put aside, this one's done. And so this, we're just going to repeat the process over and over on these sheets. And then rather than have you watch me do every single one, so this is my favorite one, so I don't want to mess this one up. All right, I'm going to try this one. This is called Rhubarb Stalk. So let's get this and go in that same. much nicer. Do you see that? That looks pretty awesome. Okay. We'll just keep going with this. Let me just peel that off. And I love these little stamps. You could get these in sets of maybe 12, I want to say. So now, like I said, I've had these for a long time. And I try to store them the proper way. But, I mean, and I really haven't had any of them dry out, which is a good thing. It's a good quality ink, too, Memento. I love their ink pads. Oh, I love how this page looks. And what I'm doing is I'm just going in that one area here. I wanted it more loose. So let's see, let's do it over here. Okay. And let's see. I don't want to go overboard here. Let's just take a look. So that's on one side. I think I'm just going to put it up here in the corner. All right. So here is on one side where we have some of that crackle. And then here is our back side. And let me just put one up here so we have 3 of them on each side. And I'm very happy with this page. Very. All right. Yeah, that looks pretty awesome. Okay, so I'm going to put that off to the side. So let me just continue with this process so I don't bore you to tears. And then we will come back, take a look at the pages, and then I will tell you what I have in mind. Okay, so these are all done now, so let me show them to you. Some of them are easier to see than others. Okay, so on this one here, we just put some of these circles. This was extremely dark, this paper, so I only put it where the lightness is. And then on the other side, we have our little dots in the light areas again, because this was pretty dark. And then the next one, we have our nebula looking page. I guess these could kind of look like stars maybe. And so, like I said, it's just very subtle. You know, you're going to be working on one side of these pages, unless this is going to be your double spread. And then on the Art by Marlene page, we did some little lines with some little stars. But like I said, just very subtle, nothing screaming in your face. And this we just did with the little stars. And so the next one, we just did some little lines. They're very, like I said, they're very subtle with everything else that's going on with these backgrounds. So, and then on this, I just did these little, look like barbed wire to me. Oh, when I looked at the stamp, and it's just a little darker brownish color. And then the next one, now this one I had to use black because I don't think anything else would have showed up, but I like how it looks. And so I did a little bit of black, so that's going to be your one side. And then that is your other side. And I think that came nice. And we just did the reverse side. Oh, no, we didn't. Okay, so this is the other Art by Marlene page. And then we just did this berry color stencil just to match the background a little bit. Okay, and then the next one. This, I love this page. It's my favorite page. It's like a crackle in certain areas. I wanted to use this green, but you couldn't see it. So I had to go with the little darker color, but I still love how that looks. And then on the reverse side, we did a little stamp in a couple different places. And then the next one, so this has that background on it, and we just did little bits and pieces of a stamp. And this one, we made the mistake, I dropped the pad on it, so we kind of followed through and made that part of our design. And then the other side just has some little dots. Just simple. And on this one, they're here. The stamp that we used, I'm not sure what it was. I think it's like little crosses. And then on the other side, we went with the dots again. And so that would be your one side and then your other side. Okay. And then this is the last one. And on this page, we just did some little circles because there's a lot going on this with the modeling paste. And then on the other side, I decided to go with some more writing. The stamp with some writing. All right, so now these pages are done being stamped, inked, and everything else you could throw at these pages. Okay, so I took out my Art by Marlene's. This is Studio Light. I took out one of her cute little books, and I am, let's see if I can find the page that I took it out. In these books, you get 2 of the same page, which is nice. So let me see. Okay. So this is the page that I took out, and I took 2 of the flowers out. Why I use different page, I don't know, but we're going to go with that. And then I put her on the page here because I kind of liked how she looked with this on the side. And I have all of these here. I have all of these sentiment books. So I have Tim Holtz. I have Art by Marlene. She's got a whole bunch of them, different ones. I could flip through these at another time. And then she's got these cute little ones. I bought 2 of these at the time. And it has all little kinds of sentiments. I just took this from one of the Tim Holtz books. I wanted the white, but I used it already. So actually the black looks better with the black. And then these are all different sentiment books. And so I'm pulling from those. And so what I think I want to do, though I'm not entirely sure yet. So we're going to finish this page here. And the first thing that you would want to do is once you get these die cuts here, they have a white side. So you don't want to see the white. So what I did was I just got my Tombow black marker, and what you're going to do is just go around the outside so you get rid of that white. And take your time, because when I first started doing this, I always got my marker on the front. So just take your time, and you're just going to go lightly and get rid of that white. Okay, so that's the first thing you're going to do. Okay. And like I said, it doesn't take much. And so now we're ready to put this on our page. And I thought that this one would look cute. I was thinking of using her on one of the Nebula, I can't talk, Nebula pages. Geez, I can't get that word out lately. Nebula. Like one of these, but I kind of didn't like how it looked, how she looked. So she's going into, this is like a sunny type of sky, I guess. Anyway, I kind of like how she looked there. And so I'm going to let this dry. And then I want to come back with maybe some stickles or something on her little wings and maybe on the flowers. So I think I'm going to work on that next. Okay, so I took out my little, I have a little basket here, and I have some gelatos on the bottom. These are like duplicate gelatos that I have. And on the top, I have all stickles, and I have a Art Nouveau glitter, which I want to use this on her wings. I think that'll look pretty. And let's see. Yeah, I think we'll go with the Art Nouveau. All right. So what I'm just going to do is just, and I haven't used this in a while, so always test before you put it on your page, because it could just like squirt out and totally ruin your project. So we are going to just go over her little wings here, add a little bit of sparkle. You don't need much. And I'm thinking I even want to put it around Fly. And then let's see. Excuse me. We could even do some on the little flowers. It's just going to add a little pop. And we'll do this one too. Okay. And I am going to let that dry. And we'll see if we need to do anything else to this page. But it looks cute. It's got a little bit of shine. And it's just simple. And that's going to be one of the pages. We could do something on the balloons too. I do have something. Let's see if I can find it fast. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, I have this glossy accents. Let's give it a shot. We're gonna see what happens. It doesn't look like it's too yellow on that once you put it on the image. I do like this stuff. I just always forget that I have it. Let's see. Let's run a pin through this. I just want to, like, there's some little bubbles perhaps with some, kind of want it a little on the smooth side. I do have to put a little bit more on there. I'm just holding it towards the light now so I could see it better. You could tell where you don't have any and where you have it. All right. So see, it's good to use your stash up, because nothing lasts forever, including art supplies. But some last better than others. This is almost good. I'm just using the needle to push this around. Okay, I think that's good. And I like how that looks. Okay. And let me shut this. Let me keep this somewhere else. I'm going to put this somewhere else rather than where I had it. So, I mean, I think that looks cute. So this video was getting a bit long, so I'm going to end it here. So look for the next part. Please hit like and subscribe, and check out our giveaway. The information is in the description. You guys have an awesome day, and catch you next time.